Today, I'm getting back to the basics, and I'm going to teach a friend who's just getting back into homebrewing how to make a simple all-grain beer using brew in a bag. I'm also going to share a few tips for beginners on how you can take your beer to the next level right from the very start. Let's go make some beer. First tip, pay attention to your water. My recommendation as a beginner is to start with reverse osmosis water or even distilled water. As much as everybody thinks that water chemistry is really hard, I don't really think it is if you're using a brewing software. So I personally use Brewfather. All you have to do is click a couple buttons and tell it what kind of water you're using, and it's gonna figure out the water profile for you, and all you do is measure out your water salts. Simple brew day. Using my brew in a bag, I'm gonna insulate with my sleeping bag. I'm getting back to the basics here. So I'm gonna be taking my buddy through the whole process, but I did figure I could at least get my strike water heating up so that when he gets here, we can just kind of mash in and go from there. Okay, tip number 2. Just go all grain right from the start. Get yourself a brew in the bag for 30 bucks and you can start just doing all grain. It's really not much more work. I've crushed it up, yeah. So just dump it in and you can, I usually just go ahead and dump it all in and then go from there and stir it up. Yeah, I ground this up. So if you go, like my recommendation would be just to get your process down, get on Northern Brewer, order a kit, dude. Order an all grain kit.
Yeah, that's what I figured I would get started with.
Yeah.
And will they have it ground like this?
You just order it pre-crushed, yeah. All right, so we pulled our grains. By the way, this is my new brewer here, Seth. So, all right, boil has started, so we're gonna add a ½ ounce of Chinook hops at 60 minutes. We've got about 10 minutes left in the boil. We added a ½ ounce of Cascade at 10 minutes left. And then there will be one more addition at 5 minutes, another ½ ounce of Cascade. And then we'll chill this bad boy down, put it in a fermenter, and pitch our yeast. All right, we're done chilling down. Now we're gonna rack it over the fermenter. I'm gonna do this hoseless and just go straight into the fermenter. A little over 5 gallons, so. All right, so we're using Lutra Kveik for this beer. Kind of goes to my tip number 3, more like tip 3 and tip 3.5. Tip 3 is, as a new brewer, just use Kveik. Like Lutra Kveik is so clean and you don't really need to worry too much about controlling the fermentation temperature while you're using it. Tip 3.5, get to fermentation temperature control as quickly as you can because you're probably not gonna always wanna use Lutra Kveik. Tip 3, start with Lutra Kveik. Tip 3.5, work on getting temperature control during your fermentation as quickly as you can so that you can make the best beer possible. Would you rather clean 40, 50, 60 of these or just clean out one of these? Tip 4. Skip bottling altogether and just go straight to kegging. Okay, and this really brings me to my 5th and final tip for this video. Get yourself a pressurizable fermenter. If you're gonna go the keg route, you wanna get something that holds pressure to ferment in because it's going to make transfers so much easier. Here's why I think you should go pressurizable fermenter and kegs right from the very start. 10 days ago, I brewed this beer. 10 days. 10 days. I highly recommend going with a pressurizable fermenter and kegging your beer because what would normally have taken me when I first started brewing, it would be a minimum of 4 weeks, so almost a month before I was able to drink my beer. You would spend 2 weeks in primary fermentation and then another 2 weeks bottle conditioning at the minimum. But with this, with Lutra Kveik, you get your beer done quick. With a pressurizable fermenter, you throw a spunding valve on top of that and you already can pre-carbonate your beer while it's fermenting, transfer it over into a keg. I set my keg at 25 PSI for 24 hours and then I turned it off to serving pressure, which is 12 PSI in that fridge, and it's carved up and ready to drink on day 10. Oh, also, my fridge back here, the fermentation chamber, it needs, let me just show you. Let me show you. It needs some more stickers. got a whole pile of stickers. So if you want to trade, you know what? Let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, DM me there, and send me your address. I'll send you mine. We can do a sticker swap. Sticker swaps are awesome. I need some more stickers. Cheers. See you on the next one.